What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. We've got some pretty big breaking news from the NASCAR world. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. As you see from the title, there will be no practice or qualifying for the rest of the 2020 season. Let's just jump straight into the news. So, this is coming from Scott Miller, which is the competition senior vice president of competition. Following discussions with our race team and the broader industry, NASCAR will continue to conduct its race weekends without practice and qualifying for the remainder of the 2020 season in all three national series. The current format has worked well in addressing several challenges during our return to racing. Most importantly, we have seen competitive racing week to week. NASCAR will adjust the starting lineup, draw procedures for the playoff races, and will announce the new process at a later date. So as you heard there, no practice or qualifying for the rest of the 2020 season. Let's discuss that here. So, do I like it or I do not like it? I do not like this decision personally. I think it's a really, really bad decision. Because F1 and IndyCar have been able to have their practices and their qualifyings happen despite, the COVID-19 situation. I do not understand, in my opinion, why we cannot at least have like 30 or 45-minute practice sessions this season, or even a qualifying session. I just think this is a really, really bad decision right there. Because IndyCar and F1's been able to do it, so why can't NASCAR practice or qualifying? But now that comes into play as well, how is the lineup draw going to work? I still think, in my video earlier today, which you guys go check that out as well, I think the lineup draw that they're going to do, I think they're going to do the 1st through 16th playoff drivers, the 17th through 26th, 27th through 36th, and then 37th through 40th. I think that is how the lineup will be started up here. There are a lot of people that I feel bad for in a situation. I feel bad for the smaller teams because some of these smaller teams, they need to qualify. Are going to need to have to qualify because they don't have owners points to back them up, and they don't get the sponsorship money if they're not able to qualify. So, in my opinion, this is just a bad decision overall. And another big bad decision is the Daytona Road Course. We're going to Daytona Road Course for the three big series. Now, the ARCA series is going to have practice and qualifying. But the other three major series, Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks, they're not having practice the rest of the year, and they're not in practice for Daytona Road Course. I don't like this. I really don't. Because we're going to a new racetrack where we've never been before. Most of these drivers have never driven on the Daytona Road Course. Well, some of them have. Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and a few others like Chase Briscoe have been on the Daytona Road Course in the past. Many drivers, however, in the series have never driven on this in the past, so they're gonna have a hard time, especially navigating to run. I expect to see a lot of wrecks at a Daytona Road Course. There's probably going to be a ton of wrecks, probably even at Road America too, and probably the Charlotte Roval, because some of these drivers who are coming to these tracks have never driven on the road course before. I understand why NASCAR is making a decision. Again, it is a cost-saving thing. It saves a lot of money for these teams, which makes sense. You're saving money for these teams, but look at some of these teams like Morgan Shepherd Racing and some of these teams trying to get in the Truck Series world, or that one team that was trying to get into the Cup field that was at Tommy Baldwin, kind of part of that organization, that number 90 Cup team that was on that entry list for a Tech Series. They can't get in now if there's 40 cars in a field. So some of these teams that are trying to field cars that are possibly that are trying to get in, basically, they're now not going to be able to make it into these races because of these rules. Now, I still think they're going to keep the 40 and 40 car rules for the Truck Series and Xfinity Series. That's not going to go away. Now, I think that this is a one-year thing. I don't think they're going to go and do this next year. However, this is interesting because what happens in the future? Does NASCAR in the future at certain races not even have practice or qualifying like smaller racetracks? Or if we do have midweek races, will NASCAR not have practice or qualifying for those races and just jump straight into the races? I think that next year we'll be officially back to having qualifying and practice. But I think that we're going to see reduced practice as well in the future, as well as like pit stops probably going away eventually in the coming years. But I do think that starting next year, you're not going to see 3 or 4 practice sessions. We do not need 3 or 4 practice sessions on a week-to-week basis. I think one 45-minute practice session would work out. But back to Daytona Road Course, again, I don't get what NASCAR is doing here, especially Daytona Road Course. Why can't the Xfinity Series have one 50-minute practice session for those guys to get acclimated to the racetrack, but the Cup cars and everyone else can't get that opportunity to drive there. And another big issue is these guys can't run. You know, the guys that are running the can only run one series basically, so they can't jump to the Xfinity Series or the Truck Series if they're running a Cup Series car, or they can't jump from the ARCA Series to the Truck Series if they're driving for the ARCA points, or they can't jump from Xfinity to Trucks. You see where the problem is? These guys are going to need some sort of experience. I get it. I get why they're doing that, though, because so these guys don't have an advantage, or the other drivers who are not running the series have a disadvantage. But it's already going to be a disadvantage for some of those guys. I think there's going to be a few drivers who are really going to be strong at the Daytona Road Course, like Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell. And they are bringing rain tires, of course, to Daytona Road Course. Any other drivers in the past, like Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, who I think have experience in the rain as well. But I'm just, again, this decision, I think, is a really bad decision for the future. Not the future, just for this year. I guess there's only going to do this for this year. I hope they're not doing this for the long term and just going to, because, again, I just think this is a terrible decision, especially for guys that need the financial backing. I'm not really happy with the decision when NASCAR just deciding, oh, let's just go ahead and just jump these guys in cars and see what happens there. I mean, the advantage is going to go to the guys that have really experienced crew chiefs who know what they're doing and who has been in the shop. I think for the Cup Series, at least, Chris Gabehart and Ronnie Childers are probably at the biggest advantages. Maybe Alan Gustin as well would be at that big advantage as well, because those guys have a lot of experience. They know how to make a good setup before they come to the track. And whatever you bring from the shop now for the rest of this year is going to determine how good you're going to be. So I'm just, again, I don't know what they're doing there. I think it's just a bad decision overall, and I hope that NASCAR eventually gets their head straight and maybe change their minds possibly for Daytona Road Course, but I do not see them changing their minds for that race. So, anyway, that is going to be it for this video. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Links in the description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. What do you guys think about there being no practice or qualifying for the rest of the 2020 season? Let me know in the comments below. You already know my decision, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. I've got some cool videos coming out here very soon. I have my picks video for Kansas coming up, which is Thursday, and then the race review will be coming out Thursday late evening as well. So if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. Also, come enjoy the picks videos as well that are going to be coming out here very, very soon. Links in the description below for that. And also, if you want to enjoy more content on my channel, check that stuff out here very, very soon. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And I will see you guys next time for another more great video. Take care, everybody.